So
speaking of players we're excited for, we are going to move into one of my other favorite segments of the Ladies Show, and we're going to talk about our hot player who we're excited to see this upcoming season. Since we're talking about how excited we are for the Lions, which I too am excited. But I'm going to show you my favorite clip ever from hot player of the season from last season.
And I just freaking love it. That's why I love this man. He's a big guy. He's a big, massive piece of magic. And I just freaking love him. Josh Allen is my hot player of the week. And we were just talking about Kelsey being hot. Josh Allen is hot in every way for me, too. I love him. I love him.
Oh, that's the greatest ever.
My favorite part, I think, of this.
Oh my God.
Never happened.
That will never not be funny and amazing.
No, I had to bring it back. I had to bring back the massive piece of magic.
I love that.
Absolutely love it. Who I'm also excited for this season. But we'll start with you, Kate, since we're kind of on this Lions trend. Who are you excited for this season?
I'm excited to see what number 97, Aiden Hutchinson from the University.
No one saw that coming.
Michigan does, because he's already on Defensive Rookie of the Year watch for this season. The man knows no ceiling for his greatness. He will work his tail off to become the best defensive edge player in NFL history if that's his ceiling. The man has worked so hard to get where he's at. At Michigan, he had a season-ending injury that they weren't sure when he'd come back from it, and he trained, and he came back right on time for his senior season, and we saw how he balled out there. And look at how well he did on his first series against the Atlanta Falcons in their first preseason game. He had a tackle for loss. He had a penalty in his gain, a holding. He had one time 3 Falcons trying to contain him at one point. The man is so fast. He's so quick. He's so in tune to how to get to the quarterback. I have a feeling he could be right up there in sack leads this season unless defensive ends can figure out how to get him. Offensive guards and different players can figure out how to contain him, because he got through a nine-time Pro Bowler for the Falcons and to get that tackle for loss. So, and watching him in the Hard Knocks, coaches can't say enough good things about him and how hard he's working. And man, he can do Michael Jackson's Billie Jean like none other. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it. YouTube it. It's brilliant. You got the whole team hyped up. Dan Campbell has nothing but great things to say about him. And so I'll be watching my third favorite player in the NFL. I can't give him second yet. That's Mr. Smokey Smooth. So we all know my love for Burrow. But I'll be really interested to see how he does this season, and I think he's going to shock the world. I really, truly do. I think his ceiling is high. His expectations of himself are high. He really wants to excel in this league, and I think he's got a lot to prove, and I think he's going to prove to everyone why he should have maybe been the number 1 pick, and that the Lions got lucky and got him at 2.
Yes, I'm really excited to see how he does because he's an absolute stud.
Isn't he?
Excited for the Lions in general. It's just one of those teams that has been not great for a long time, and you just want them to do good. I mean, maybe not Delilah because that's her division, but like I just root for the underdog. They've just been so bad for so long, and I'm like,
they deserve some greatness.
Making all the right moves.
No, they do.
Yeah.
The rivalry isn't really between the Bears and Chicago, and Detroit anyway. The only time is when we play each other because those division games really matter. But we don't tend to root against each other. We do definitely, obviously, we know Green Bay and Minnesota. We'll never cheer for Minnesota. Like, if you ever been to a Vikings bar, they blow that Vikings horn. And it's like, oh my God.
They're obnoxious. They're so obnoxious.
Inside your government Vikings, that's right. So, like, it's like, oh my goodness. So basically, those are the two teams that, you'll never have a Bears fan like cheer for. Now, I'll recognize players individually. I will give them their props individually, but I will not be rooting for those teams ever.
I grew up with Vikings fans. They're obnoxious.
Oh my God. Go to the Vikings bar, okay? Listen for that horn.
I don't want to know. Just listening to it, like, when you hear it on TV, it's like, oh God, here they go.
It's obnoxious.
Oh my God. But I love you.
They're obnoxious too, though. So
all right. You know it's true, Viking fans. You're out there. You know it.
I just like when we get to fire the cannons. That's all I like.
Yeah, that is cool.
So yeah, I would like to see, Detroit show some progress, see what happens. It's why we were cheering for, like, last year is why so many of us were all happy, for Mr. Stafford and stuff. Because we're like, oh, you put in a lot of time.
You deserve this. Yeah.
So one thing that, if you come to Chicago, if you visit us, we are a sports town and we do know our sports here. And so we do recognize that level, right? Which is, like, that's why we have a lot of respect for Barry Sanders, for Calvin Johnson, individually, so like, we get that, so we might joke around and josh with each other because, it's just all in fun. But fans themselves, we actually get along. Like, if you go to any bar in Chicago, you will see that all the NFC division, NFC North division fans, we hang out and we just mess around with each other and stuff. We egg each other on. The fans themselves, we actually love each other and hang out and stuff. We just root against our teams because,
You're better people than me because I will never, ever, ever be nice to an Eagles fan.
I know you won't be, which is funny because, I actually, one player that I hope doesn't get cut, but they're saying he might be, is Devin Allen. I like him because he comes from an interesting background. Like, you guys know, he's a 2-time Olympian. And, like, even before he came to training camp, he was breaking all these records in the hurdles. And then he caught that massive pass, like, that we saw that.
He's so fast.
Just dusted. Yeah, just dusted the Cleveland Browns defense, right? Just left them in the dust. And I know that he's risky because he hasn't played, like, officially football since 2016. But I don't know, man. I feel like he would be great anyway. If for some reason the Eagles cut him, somebody's got to pick this guy up because I do feel like he has the potential to just run with it and just pick up massive, massive yards. So I hope, like, he ends up on an NFL team if it's not the Eagles. But that's someone I really would like to see get a chance in the NFL this upcoming season. Because I want to see if he could do that in the regular season, like, just dust people. Because I always find it, just see him just dash, right?
His, like, touchdown celebration. Hurdles.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, the hurdles. Like, can you imagine if he hurdles over someone? Like, come on. I'm waiting for that to happen. But yeah, I'm excited for him. And then what I wanted to say that there is, like, I am one thing for the Bears. I am looking at Dominique Robinson, our edge rusher, because we sent a lot of guys away in our defense, like Khalil Mack and stuff. And, and we still have kind of an issue ongoing issue with Roquan. And so I hope that this kid can step up because he did do really well this preseason, got multiple sacks, multiple pressures, and so I'm hoping that, he'll do well for us too, in the regular season. So, and those are the guys I'm kind of looking forward to. Obviously that might change as the season comes on and we see other exciting rookies come up, as always happens on this show, right? We're like, oh my God, did you see this guy? And, like, so,
Will says he's excited to see the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. I completely disagree with the statement. I think he is not good at football at all, but that's just me. Their team is talented. Their coach is a weirdo. And Jalen Hurts is not good at football. That's all. That's how I feel. Anyway, moving on to who I think is going to be, who I'm excited to see this year. This is going to be it's annoying to me that they're Steelers players, because here I go just piggybacking off everything Sydney says, and it's very annoying. But it's hard not to get excited when these guys are on my TV all the time, and I listen to my husband sit here and blah, 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 blah about them all day, every day. And there's two people for the Steelers I'm excited about, and it's George Pickens and Pickett. So Pickett and Pickens. I'm excited for the duo. I'm excited to see what they can do this season. I'm very intrigued by Kenny Pickett and the quarterback situation in Pittsburgh, because at first I was very on, it's Mitch's job to lose. Like, there's no way he doesn't just start the whole season and play the whole season. But now, as like, I know you're not supposed to get too excited over preseason, but it's exciting. It's hard not to be excited. Good. Yeah, he looks good. The thing with the Steelers is they all look pretty, like, their quarterbacks all look pretty good. None of them have played bad, unlike the Cowboys quarterbacks. But I'm excited for Pickens because Pickens looks like a stud, and I'm super excited about Pickens in fantasy, and I don't want anyone else to look at him in fantasy. Just let him come to me. But Pickett has been doing great. I know the first game he went 13 for 15, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns, 132.6 passer rating. He had a game-winning drive. And then this last game, he went 6 for 7, 76 yards, a touchdown that he scored right before half. And he only played 2 series in this last game, which was a little, I was like, what's happening? Why isn't he playing more? Has Tomlin seen all he needs to see? And he's like, this might be the guy, or like, what's happening there?
It usually means he's being looked at as a possible starter, and they don't want
to. That's what I'm kind of. So that's where my brain kind of went. I was like, you've only played 2 series, so are the Steelers like, yep, we've seen what we need to see, get him out of here because we don't need to risk it? And it's very intriguing. I was on the there's no way Kenny Pickett starts this season, and now I'm like, oh wait, Mitchell Trubisky is like one wrong step away from being like, okay, bye, we're putting in Pickett. And
did you watch any of Pickett at Pittsburgh?
I have not.
He was pretty phenomenal for them.
Guru. I probably should look. It'd probably get me even more excited and questioning what
he was very good for them. Very good.
Pickens. Yeah, I'm excited for them both because it'll be interesting to see. The Steelers have a history of doing a very, very good job at drafting receivers. So I'm sure.
Did you see the thing with Ben with Pickett? He said that he'd help him find the bars that are good for picking up the women in the Pittsburgh. No. That just came out today, and I was dying laughing.
Oh my goodness. Well, at least Ben is willing to help young quarterbacks, unlike some quarterbacks in the league who will not help their draft picks.
No. Nope.
Ryan Tannehill, I'm looking at you.
Exactly.
But no, I'm excited. Those are probably the 2 rookies I'm most excited to see. And the quarterback situation is just very intriguing over there. It's very exciting.
It's fun when there's a battle for number 1.
It is.
I like those battles because it makes those players have to be better and better each practice.
You know they're doing their best out there, like putting it all.
It's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a fun season to see how these kids do.
I do too.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.